Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mitchell's Models. Today we're going to be reviewing the USW A1 Universal Service Weapon. When you first open up the package, you get everything you see here. You get a Corsair weapon here, and a single magazine. CO2 gas blowback, of course. Let's go check out some details of it. So let's go over the pros first. Pros, comes out of the box with a nice threaded outer barrel. You can stick your mock suppressor or tracer unit on the front of it, as well as the arm brace. Feels comfortable in your hand to hold. The entire gun feels comfortable. It does have ambidextrous safety and has a cooler way of chambering the weapon. You pull back on the slide here on these two notches, and that allows it to come back. Another cool thing is when you don't have a magazine in it, it doesn't exactly lock back. As soon as you put that magazine in, locks back perfectly. I do like that. That's just personal preference. A couple key things to note here. This is a Glock style pistol. So if you don't like the feel of Glocks, this weapon might not be for you. It has a Glock style magazine release and upper rail, although it is a unique upper rail. Comes with a bottom rail for laser attachments or anything, and an upper rail for a red dot. That's completely up to you guys. Weapon shoots around 240 to 270 FPS, so it's perfect for indoors. And it comes with one CO2 magazine. I have noticed with this gun, the few fields I've played with it on, you only get around three mags out of one CO2, so it's not exactly the most efficient, but it is gas blowback, so you can't really expect much. Now let's step into the cons real quick of this weapon. Now, I'm not entirely sure if you can see that too well, how it's lined up. If not, I'm going to go back, put a photo in front of it so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about here. Putting a red dot with a riser, for the gun. Because whenever you're wearing a mask, you have to have it a little rised up for a little bit. It is difficult to get it on, and I had to force it down, and it looks like I scratched it up a little bit whenever I was putting it on. So, not exactly the best rail space for a red dot. Coming over here to this orange tip, it wasn't the tracer's fault. Put the tracers on plenty of weapons, but it was a small tracer unit. It got stuck on there for almost a month. Was not able to get it off with everything I did. I didn't want to break it, so when I first shot this review, it was permanently stuck on there. I didn't like it, so we're gonna redo it, and here we are now. Have it off. I don't plan on putting it back on, so that's another con, but that might be just this one. And a couple other things. It is a CO2 gas blowback pistol, so that means magazines are going to be around $30 a piece. That's, quite expensive versus an M4, which you can get mags as low as $8. Now, what they're trying to do with the pistol brace and everything, they're trying to turn this pistol into a primary. And there are no drum mags or extended mags available, so you're just going to have to go out and buy the regular standard mag, which are $30. So to turn this into a primary, you're looking at spending another $100 already on a $200 pistol, and that's just to play for, maybe you'll get one game through. You might have to stop halfway through the game and reload, and you're in the middle of a field reloading BBs, and that's not going to be cool. As a sidearm, it's too big and bulky. I've tried to put this in a universal pistol holster, wouldn't fit. It's too big and bulky. Those are it's kind of what I've always said with trying to do two things good. You'll never be able to do two things good. You cannot make an M4 perfect at close quarters, and you cannot make a pistol perfect at long range. You cannot smash the two together and hope for the best. I'm hoping that anybody who buys this pistol will realize that this is 100% for looks. It's 100% just for fun. If you're hoping that you're going to become a lot more, it's not going to happen. If you're hoping to become the next greatest room clear with this pistol, it's not going to happen. It does jam a lot too. Now, let's take it outside and go shoot test it. See how it feels in our arms. So as you can see, right about there, that green target is going to be what we're shooting at today. We're going to be using a Ace Tech Lighter S for our tracers, and for our BBs, they are .25 Tippmann tracer BBs. So let's about 100 feet away, I think, around 109, I think. So we're gonna see how well we do. Another jam. Ooh. And we're out. It does tend to jam on the last BB. I've noticed that a few times. Let's do another mag. This is the second mag I have used with this fresh CO2 cartridge. So if I run out of CO2 on this, like I said, I don't like those pistols. They were hot. Uh-oh. Yep. We got out around 2.5 mags for 1 CO2. I don't want to say that completely because it is very cold outside, but speaking of cold, let's get out of the cold and go inside and talk about this gun a little more. We're back inside after the shoot test, and as you can see, I was wrong from earlier. Only got 2 mags out of 1 CO2. Weather, of course, could be a factor, but at the end of the day, I do not see this as a reliable pistol. Out of the box, I do not see it as anything more other than a looker. This is merely a weapon that you would buy for fun. If you're looking for function over cosmetic, this is not your gun. This is 100% for somebody who's just trying to do a loadout or just trying to have fun, which I also can understand. So if you're going for that aspect, this weapon might be for you. But personally, for $200, I would rather have passed. But that's my honest review. And let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. So before we leave today, I do want to address one thing. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, always like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you want to see in the future. For our next episode, we'll be diving into the KWA QRF Mod 2. So look for that in the future. And as always, guys, have yourself a good day. Stay safe.